So what's good about lying? I mean, I lie, like, all the time. At Christmas, I put it under the tree and I tell my daughter that a big fat man in a red suit delivered those presents. And then it gets to Easter and I support that with the idea of a bunny that bounces around and gives chocolate eggs. And then there's the old tooth fairy. So not only am I lying to her, I'm supporting the idea of a bigger lie that we all tell. But is it really such a bad thing? Those little white lies, as we call them, the ones that, when someone says to you, what do you think of this? Or, I've worked really hard on this piece of work, can you give me your honest opinion? Do you really want to destroy all their hopes and dreams? Do we not learn to lie, to support and to protect, to give a sense of security? You know, sometimes the world isn't an easy place, but do our parents and our caregivers not sometimes say everything's fine when it's not? But we need that sense of security sometimes. Sometimes we don't need to know everything. And actually, if you think about it, do you really want to know everything about your parents' lives? Do you really want to know when they come home from work, whether it's because they've had a bad day, because they're about to get sacked? Would that really bring to you a sense of security in your lives? So actually sometimes I think, you know, think about that use of the word white lie. The idea of it, there's an innocence to it, there's a purity to it, that the intention behind it is good. And actually science backs that up, because the argument goes from psychologists that it's what we call a pro-social lie. So we have antisocial and pro-social ones. And we learn actually from a very young age to lie. So between the ages of 2 and 3, a child will learn to lie for their own benefit. So a selfish reason, to avoid punishment, to get out of things. By the time we get to about 5 or 7, we've realised that actually we build a sense of empathy and compassion for other people. So, you know, when at Christmas, Auntie Dot has bought you another bar of soap and Uncle Bob has given you another pair of fluffy slippers, you don't turn around and go, my God, this is the worst present I've ever received. In fact, you usually smile and say, thank you so much. So is that such a bad lie? I would argue it isn't. So the world would be a far crueler, far blunter place without those little white lies that are sort of dropped in between. And we need them, we all need them, to feel secure and safe. And sometimes just to give us that push and that confidence that we need to maybe actually go and do something that's far more effective than that little white lie